Now, Teresa, do you mind if I record this for training purposes for some of my trainees? Okay, cool. So yeah, if you go to zoom.us, I can give you my, and go to join a meeting and give you my meeting ID. Sure. How long have you had her for? Like, so today, yesterday? I've never known anyone who had a pet hedgehog. I know, I'm excited. What are the names we're deciding on? Tiramisu, that's delicious. I like that. That's pretty cool. All right, my Zoom ID is 469 587 8233. All right, and don't think I'm rude when I just hang up on you when I see you pop up on here. I don't want any feedback or anything, but I definitely want to get you on video and see that new little hedgehog of yours. How's your day going besides the new pet? Yeah. What's your work schedule look like? I know I called you a couple times. I wasn't trying to be badgering you. I know in my line of work, I have to call people 3 or 4 times a day just to make sure I find the right time to reach out. So I'm glad I got a hold of you today. Oh, absolutely. Don't be sorry about that. I get it. People's lives are busy, especially when they have new pets. All right, here you come. I'm going to hang up on you. All right. See you in a minute.
Hi.
Teresa, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing
Like,
very well.
It's been a
So,
while since we talked.
yeah, well, I talked. What do you mean it's been a while since we talked? I talked to you like 12 seconds ago.
Oh, was that just 12 seconds ago?
All right, let me see this thing. Is it near you?
Yep. It's actually.
Where is she? You said she's falling asleep in her cage. Now, where do
She
you
is
live?
eating. I live in Brighton.
You live in Brighton?
So
Cool.
there she is.
Oh my gosh, she's sleeping in her bowl.
I don't know. I think she's eating right now.
She is doing something in her bowl.
Yeah,
Well, the bowl is very
in her
big. How
bowl.
big is she gonna get?
I'm not sure. I think not too big.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
that's awesome.
she's eating. I'll give her some privacy.
Cool. Yeah, give her some time. I don't like people sticking cameras in my face when I'm eating either. So.
No, definitely not.
Awesome. So you work with Griselle?
Yes, I used to. She just left.
Okay, yeah, she just she's moving to where's she moving? Newton Wellesley, she said she's transferring to yes. How long did you work with her for?
About a year and a half.
Okay. So, and do you do the same thing? She said she was a medical assistant?
She's a medical assistant.
Yeah, is that the same thing you do?
I'm a receptionist. No, not exactly.
All right. And how long have you been working there?
About a year and a half.
Okay, what were you doing before that?
I'll have my 2 years in February. So before that, I was just volunteering and stuff. I just moved to the US about 2 years ago.
Okay, where'd you move from?
I moved from the Philippines.
Awesome, nice.
And so when I moved here, I was a fresh graduate. I didn't have any work experience, so I had to volunteer and such. Mm-hmm. And that was when I landed the job.
Awesome. What brought you this way? Was it work, or you wanted to try something new country?
Yeah. I mean, my dad lives in Chicago, and then he petitioned me, so I was like, might as well. Like, it's an opportunity. So I'm here on a green card.
Awesome. Are you going to go out for any holidays?
No, not with COVID.
Okay. No. The whole virtual holiday, I guess.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Nice. So what do you do outside of work? I know you just came here during COVID. There's not a lot of let's get out and do things around other people thing, but what are some of your hobbies?
So I like plants a lot. I have like 17 plants in my apartment.
Really? Are these
Yeah, I have like
cactuses or these plants you
no,
have to
they're
water every
like,
day? Are
I
they taking over
mean,
one of your
like
rooms?
I have this one right here.
Sure.
I have a whole shelf full of plants. Not quite cactuses. I have 4 cacti, but mostly not really.
Yeah. Do you have any other roommates or just you, the hedgehog, and 17 plants?
Just me, the hedgehog, and 17 plants. I'm
Oh,
hoping to add another plant soon, but
oh, good. Do you name your plants?
some of them.
So
The
I have a
others, I'm
friend who
kind of
names her
having a
plants.
hard time.
She showed me a picture of her new it's like an 18-year-old bonsai tree she just bought up in Maine. She's
Yeah.
very excited about it. She,
Oh
she
yeah,
has
yeah.
she
I
has
can
a she has a
imagine.
collection of plants and cactus and all those
Yeah,
the succulents, the things that you hopefully can't
yeah, of
kill because
course.
they never need water.
Hopefully, but my boyfriend did kill his succulents. I'm still trying to ease him into the plant
Yeah,
love.
just less water, bud. We'll figure it out.
I don't think he ever watered it. That's why it died.
Oh, I guess I know nothing about succulents. I thought you had to give it less water or else you might kill it. But you have to give it a little, apparently.
Yeah, a
You
little
said
every
you
once
came,
in a while.
you said you came over from the Philippines. And your dad lives in
Yeah.
Chicago? Do you have any other siblings or is it just you?
It's just me here. I have 3 siblings. We live all around the world.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool.
I have one in Australia, one in Indonesia, and one in the Philippines.
Wow, you guys are all over the place. I've
Yeah,
been to
definitely.
Australia before. I've never been to Indonesia or the Philippines, but where in Australia are they?
It's ooh, I'm sorry. We really haven't talked in a while.
That's okay.
I just know they're on the like East Coast.
Okay.
So
So it
yeah.
could be Melbourne, Sydney,
Yeah,
somewhere
near
in
like
Queensland.
yeah, somewhere in Queensland.
Somewhere
That's
in
for
Queensland.
sure.
Awesome. Nice. So who's your best friend out here? I know you just said you had a boyfriend. Like you've been out here a couple of years and you get a good group of friends out here?
Yeah, a lot of them are from work actually, because I'm not really too much of a social person in the first place.
You don't have you don't
Um,
have time. You got all these plants to take care of.
yeah, I mean they're very time demanding.
Absolutely.
Well,
Any living creature is usually.
yeah, yeah.
So what did Griselle tell you about me and our programs?
No, she just told me that you presented some really good options for her,
Mhm.
and then she recommended me and another coworker, and then I was like, oh, what I'm definitely up for seeing what
Yeah,
plans.
she told me about Jahira and Oksana.
Oksana,
I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, okay. I haven't been able to get a hold of them yet. If you hear from them, tell them to call me because I've been calling them as well. They're
I'll let them
all you ladies are hard to get a hold of. I understand though. Everyone's pretty busy.
know.
Everyone's
Cool.
pretty busy. All right. I'm going to share my screen with you off and on here. I want to get some information for you so I can take a look at some options for you. Why does this say I don't have an option here? All right, this is being fun. Let me close out of this.
Mhm.
It's being a good thing. There we go. So how was your work day today? What time do you usually go in?
I usually go in at 9, so I'm like 9 to 5:30.
And how far away do you work
I take
from
the
where you live?
T. So it's about like a 30-minute T ride.
Oh, that's not too bad. And how's the tea these days? Are there restrictions on it? Are you allowed on there?
Just the mask. That's the only restriction, which is fair. But like sometimes it does get crowded, and
Okay.
there. I mean, I saw someone who had a mask and then like sneezed, took off the mask to sneeze, and I'm like,
Oh, that's a good time to take it off when you're sneezing. Is this
so,
right, Teresa Tabin, Tabin?
yes.
All right. Do you have any children?
No, I do not.
No. Okay. When's your birthday?
It is February 27, 1996.
1996. Oh my. I'm 13 years older than you. You're so young. Look at that. All right, let me get you in here. I'm going to skip over one or two things real quick because you know what? I'm sure you like videos as much as I do. What I was telling you about, we're a pretty cool company. We do a lot of work with unions. We're actually contracted with over 32,000 different unions and associations worldwide. So we work with the nurses, the teachers, the police officers, the firefighters. We're contracted, again, like I said, worldwide with over 32,000 different unions and associations. And what we do is we help their families. We sit down, and a lot of the benefits people have in unions, I'm sure you have benefits through your job as well. Do you have benefits through your job?
Yes, yes.
You do. Do you know what happens to them when you change jobs?
I would guess that it's forfeited, I think.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. So, and that's why we do a lot of work with these union families. I mean, they've got great benefits on the job, just like you. But when they do quit, if they're laid off, downsize right now, furloughed, there's a lot of different things going on with businesses. And even importantly, when they decide to retire, those are benefits that they lose. They stay with their company. So our company works with a lot of those unions and associations. We put together a program so that people can always be protected and covered, even outside of work. Okay. That's what Griselle probably maybe told you a little bit about. These are permanent programs that you own and control. So no one can ever take them away from you, which is pretty cool. Right.
Okay.
We do a lot of work in the community here in New England. One of the ways we give back to that community is by offering opportunities of employment. I'm sure you know some people right now, maybe in the retail industry or in the food service industry, who might be like hard pressed for work or part-time. So one of the things we do is we do offer career opportunities. If there's anyone possibly looking for a career, like a first-time career out of school, I can't guarantee him a job, obviously, but I'm happy to be able to reach out to him for you and at least give him the courtesy of an interview. Is there anyone right now that's currently looking for work? Or kind of unhappy with what they're doing?
Not that I'm aware of, but given the situation, we might get another lockdown. So there's always that possibility.
If anyone pops into your head that you think could benefit from a job opportunity, you'll have my number at the end of this. We'll reach out and I'll make sure I can see if they'd be a good fit with us for sure.
I mean, I do have one person in mind, and he does have experience with sales.
Oh, okay.
And all of that, and that's definitely an area he'd like to branch into. So,
what's his name? I can grab his name from you, and I can reach out in the next few days and talk to him about it.
He's actually really big. It's my boyfriend. Actually, he's managing a restaurant right now.
So he's busy.
Yeah, busy. Okay. I haven't even seen him in 2 weeks.
So let's do this. When you see him, let him know about it. Give me a call back, because the first thing I do with people is I get them in a group overview with one of the owners of the company, who talk about the culture, the community, the career opportunity itself. So it might be a good, eye opener career-wise for him. It only takes about 45 minutes to an hour. It's something he can do from the safety of his own home on the computer. So when you do talk to him, reach back out to me. I can get him connected with that, and we can see if it might be a good opportunity for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So we do have a couple of benefits I can get out to at no cost. Again, I'm just going to bump right ahead for you. I'll explain them. I like talking. I'm more of a sociable person than a let's sit here and watch television together. We just met each other.
Yeah.
One of the things I can get out to, it doesn't cost you any money, which is great. It's got an awesome value to it. It's called the Health Services Discount Card. I see you wear glasses. What it does is it can give you up to from 40 all the way up to 80% off of discounts on prescription glasses, hearing, chiropractic, prescription drugs. It even helps with dental work, like cleanings, orthodontics, things like that. It's an app you can have on your phone, and it works with all the local providers. You can look it up and work with the local providers that are around your area. Once you grab your phone real quick, are you on your phone or a computer right now?
I'm on my computer right now.
Awesome. Grab your phone real quick. Do you have an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
Perfect. Go to your app store, look up AIL, and then space plus. It's like a navy blue emblem with it says AIL plus.
Okay.
What I can do is in the next day or two, I'll send you an email with like your group ID, your username, your password. If you never want to use it, that's fine. If you want to save yourself a couple $100 a year, you're more than welcome to do that too. It doesn't cost you any money. Just make sure you go through the local providers. It's right there on your app store. It gives you all that information.
Okay.
Did you find that in the app store yet?
Yes, I did.
Perfect.
All right.
Let me get some information here. Your phone number is 630 359 1196. What's your best email address?
It is my first and last name at gmail.com.
That is very easy.
Yes, it is.
And what's your best address?
I'm at 24 Sidlaw Road. That is.
Can you spell that for me?
Yeah, of course. It is SID, S as in Sam, IDLAW.
Sidlaw Road, you said?
Yes.
In Brighton?
Brighton.
Now, is there an apartment on that or a duplex number
Or
or
9.
apartment 9?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the zip code there?
It is 02135.
Awesome. Cool. So I'll get that information out to you in the next day or two. It'll come in an email. You can pop that right in there, take a look at your local providers and start, saving yourself some money here and there. How often do you get prescription glasses? Do you have to, are they prescription or is it just for style?
It's prescription, unfortunately. Paid
Well,
like
I mean, hey,
$500
at
for
least
them.
you can see. Nothing unfortunate about something that helps you out.
That's right. Yeah, but the unfortunate truth is some people can see for free.
Yeah. Some people have to pay for, you're right. I didn't think of it that way. But the good news is some people who can see for free can help other people save money who can't see for free. So here we go.
Much
That's
appreciated.
why we came together. Awesome. So I do, now the reason I didn't have you come and sit down with Grizel when I was going over it is obviously each family's situation is different. She's got her daughter, her boy, like every family has different needs and wants. So we do sit down with people individually. Like the family I sat with before has different needs. The family I'll sit with after is different as well. So I want to make sure if there's a program here that makes sense tonight, I will absolutely make sure it's customized to fit your exact needs. But you do have to qualify for it. Obviously, I can't just give it away.
Okay.
So there are a few questions I have to see if you do qualify, and if you have any needs in the first place.
Okay.
So the 2 ways you can qualify. First is Grizel has referred you to the programs, so you do have exclusive access to them today. So it's a good thing that we had a chance to touch base today. And the other reason is you do have to be in fairly good health as well. So I do have a few questions pertaining to your health. Now, have you had any internal cancer in the past 2 years?
No.
Are you an insulin diabetic?
No.
Do you have any cardiovascular disease ailments like heart attack, stroke, peripheral vascular disease, high blood pressure, anything like that?
No.
Are you currently using any supplemental oxygen?
No.
Do you have a terminal illness?
No.
This is good. You sound like a healthy lady. Do you have Alzheimer's?
No, I do not.
Okay. Do you have 17 plants in your room?
Yes, I do.
Okay, awesome. Have you used any form of tobacco in those last 12 months?
Tobacco, no.
No. Hookah, cigar, vaporizer,
No.
hit of a joint wrapped in a cigar paper?
No.
Good. All right. Are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
Have you ever been arrested or convicted of a DUI?
No.
Awesome. Wow, you're the most angelic human being I've ever met. Someone usually comes up with something there, so that's good. All right, moving a little bit further on. Teresa, again, I'm sure Grizel told you a little bit about this. I do have some financial questions to ask you. Like, I'm never, ever in the business of hurting a family. I'm only ever in the business, if anything, of helping people when I can. So I do want to get a little bit personal with some of your financial questions, because I can tell you I will find an option today that you will be able to afford and that will make financial sense for you, okay?
Okay.
But I do need to ask you a few questions first. What's your monthly take-home pay after taxes right now?
Monthly after taxes. That's a good question. Wait, let me just compute that real quick.
All right, I have a calculator too. I can help you.
Monthly, let's say, say 2,200.
All right, I only want to say that if that's like average. If that's like you got lucky one month and made 2,200, I don't want to say 2,200. Is that kind of average on the lower end?
It's averaged. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Great. Cool. Now, do you have any other income coming in besides your work?
I currently just started with stocks, but it's not it's kind of negligible at this point since
You're not good at it yet, then.
No.
Right. Well, you keep that extra income to yourself. I don't want to look at it. Hopefully you get better at it.
Hopefully, yeah.
I'll give you some insider trading tips. I can't now because I'm recording, and I'll tell you after.
Of course.
Now. My brother just started working with a new company. It's going to revolutionize a medical product. I'll tell you about it after.
Oh yeah, definitely. Please do.
Because you're in the business, you should know about it.
Yeah.
But I can't do it on a recorded line. They'll do something to me. Now, how much life insurance do you have through your work right now?
I did not avail of it through work.
Oh, you didn't qualify for it?
I didn't choose to. I think you have to opt in for it.
Okay, so you just decided not
I
to.
just didn't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you do make that decision to opt into it in the future, it's okay. Like, it's a couple of bucks and you get a decent amount of coverage, but it is important to know that it pays out less than 1% of the time, because most people don't die while they're working. They die
Yeah.
later on in life. So again, when you are laid off, downsize,
Right.
like, you leave
That
that
is
job,
why.
you're gonna lose it anyhow. So
Exactly.
I put stock in my protection on myself. I know I'll never fire myself. So the life insurance I have, I make sure I own personally. So it is important to me that the people I meet, I also give them that option.
Yeah.
So to me, the most important life insurance you can have is what you personally own, because no one can take it from you. It's always there. And that's why we're here.
Definitely.
So how much life insurance do you have right now that you personally own and control?
I do not.
You don't have any?
No.
Okay, not even back where you're from in the Philippines?
I think my mom was paying for it way before, but I was way too young to remember anything about it.
But none right now?
No.
Okay, and why is that?
I never really saw the need to.
Okay,
When Grizel told me about it, that's literally the only time I was like, huh, maybe
okay.
this would be a good thing.
That's probably why she asked me to sit down with you. No one really sees the need for it
No, especially
until
when you're 24 years old. Like
it's too late, you know? Like, you don't qualify. But the good news about being 24 years old, and Grizel probably told you this, like, do you know how old she is? I don't want to disclose that on here if you don't know how old she is.
not the exact number. I know
She's
roughly.
older than you, okay? She's
Yeah,
older than you.
yeah.
Life insurance, the affordability of it is actually based not only on your health, but more importantly, it's based on your age.
Yeah.
So when I was talking to Gazelle, she was like, I wish I was 25 when I did it. It would make so much more financial sense. She would have saved an extra $10,000 to $15,000 for her life. So you were one of those people that she thought was important to reach out to, because you are a young professional in your career. It's a good time to have an educated discussion about it, because it makes the most sense to get yourself in something right now, instead of waiting and costing yourself more money throughout your whole life. So you got a good friend there recommending you to me. So you got none right now. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's exactly why I'm here. I can look at a couple things that might make sense to you. But before we do that, again, I want to make sure financially it makes sense. What are your bills on a monthly basis? What do you have? You have rent, utilities, food, car, or
it's just rent, utilities, and food.
All right. So what do you pay for utilities on a monthly basis?
I think on average with the rent and utilities together would be about 1,500.
Rent and utilities about 1,500.
Yes.
Okay. And how about that food bill?
The food, on average, that's like 20, let's say $80 a week. $80 to $100 a week.
All right. So any other outstanding bills here or there? Miscellaneous things you don't budget for? $50 here for.
I only really splurge on food.
Okay. And that $80 is splurging?
If I have savings, I mean, sometimes my dad will send me money every now and then. So that definitely goes to food.
Well, if you're only spending $80 a month on a week on food, you should call me like once or twice a week. I'll send you a nice big dinner, because I'm a glutton. I probably spend like $500 a week.
No, I mean, like, I personally eat like a bird. Like, it doesn't take much.
I've got 3 birds out back if you want one. They're 3 big turkeys. I'm trying to get rid of them. They lay wonderful eggs every day. Like free food. It's nice. Okay, well, I got that. So it sounds like if your finances are right, and you're doing the right thing when it comes to your money, beyond that, you could be saving like $300 or $400 a month. Does that sound fair?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. $300 to $400. You're 24. Don't worry. Nothing I even look at would even be close to taking a dent out of that, and that's because you're so young. You're only 24, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Now, do you have any outstanding debt?
No, I actually do not.
Zero?
Zero.
Credit card, zero. Student loan, zero. You have a car?
No, I do not.
You take the T. Awesome. Any other debt?
Mm-mm.
Nothing. You didn't like lay away for the plants. There's not like a payment plan on an expensive one.
No, no.
Awesome. Good
I've
for you.
always been wary of getting any debts, so I don't have any loans or debts.
All right. Let me tell you, you're doing something wrong. I'm just take a step aside from what we're doing. Don't be wary of having debt. Just be wary of having a lot of debt. What you do want to do is get a little bit of debt. That
Okay.
little bit of debt, what is that going to do for you? It's going to skyrocket your credit. It's going to, if you have a little bit of constant debt, just a little bit that some company can make $2 a month on you, pay a minimum, that's going to turn your credit from like a 650 to like an 820. So
Okay.
don't be afraid of it. Don't always pay off things. Leave like 10, $20 here or there, pay the minimum.
Okay.
It'll make
So I can do that for my credit card bills.
Yeah, never pay off a credit card bill. That's the worst thing you can do for your credit is pay it down to zero.
Okay, so that's why I have pretty good credit right now, and then I've just been wondering how I can but
put $500 on it, pay $70 a month towards it. No, I mean, don't just splurge. Like put it on that, bird food you eat, a little bit here or there. Don't pay it fully off. And but keep a little bit on there. Your credit score will go up because someday I'm sure you're thinking condo, you're thinking house, you're thinking like you need better credit at some point to have people trust you for a loan. So increase that credit a little bit.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. Thank you for that.
Now you rent now, you live by yourself.
Yes.
That's awesome. So I don't need to worry about that. Now, do you do your banking locally with a checking account, a savings account, credit union? How do you do it?
I do it locally through Bank of America. I have both.
Okay, Bank of America through Mass. Cool. And last question for you I have right now. Now, what do you have set aside since you don't have any life insurance? Do you have anything set aside? Teresa, God forbid you died today, this week, 5 years from now. What do you have set aside so your family who's not in this country has to come up with that $25,000 to get you to where you need to go and do services and everything like that?
I do have a savings account.
Awesome.
That I'm putting money towards.
Perfect. Do you want to share it with me?
I think right now I just have like about 10,000 in it.
Awesome. What are you saving that for?
For example, when I moved apartments, I needed like emergency money.
Last month's rent, all this
stuff.
Yes,
yes, exactly. So like basically the necessities, but it's always a priority to top it up.
It sounds like that money's there for you to use while you're living, right?
Yes, but that's really the only thing.
You haven't started a funeral account for yourself at the age of 24, so you don't really have anything in place there. Good. No. I don't want you to have to use that for that. I don't want that account to get frozen. Your parents not have access to it, maybe forget about it. They might not know about your Bank of America account. So what life insurance does is for a very small amount, it puts a sizable amount of insurance on you. And what that does is when something does happen to you, you take away that financial burden from your family. And I would hate to, I don't want to take your savings to do that because that savings is something important for you to use while you're alive. Like you're saving that, you work hard for that money to see that, like have the value in it for you.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, I could be speaking for you. Is that what it's for?
Yeah. I mean, at 24, like I'm really not thinking about if anything happens.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it either. I'm glad nothing did. I had some friends, in their young 20s, something did happen to. You might know a person here or there. It's nice to hope it doesn't happen to us, but when reality sets in, it could happen to us. Really, anytime with a pandemic happening, with this taking I don't know, but it's not something we ever want. No one wishes it upon us, but
but it's good to be prepared. Definitely,
if we're in a position, it's the right thing to be prepared for. You're absolutely right. I agree with you there. A little bit of a darker note. Sorry to turn this to a darker note.
No.
Have you ever been financially involved in a funeral before?
No, I have not.
Has your family ever been? Have you had any relatives or anyone?
Yes, my mom.
I'm sorry that happened. Absolutely. My condolences.
Oh no, not that my mom.
Something happened here. Yeah. Oh, your mom. Oh, thank God. But your mom was involved.
Yes.
Your mom had to. Okay. Still, my condolences. Obviously, it was someone your family knew. Do you know when funeral homes need the money for services?
No, I do not know anything about
Take a guess. When do you think they would want the money for a service provided?
before the service is provided. Okay.
You nailed it. You can do my job for me. Yeah, they generally don't take IOUs. You know, they
Mhm.
need the money up front because there's no guarantee you're actually going to provide it afterwards, and they're not going around digging people up. That's kind of
Yeah.
inhumane. So yeah, they do need it before. Now, I don't know what you know about life insurance companies. There are over 840 in this country. There's about 842. In the majority of life insurance companies, guess how long it takes for those policies to pay out to their policyholders' families?
A month or so.
If you're lucky, yeah. On average, it's like 3 to 6 months.
Oh wow.
Legally, they don't actually have to make that money available for 6 months. Do you see a kind of discrepancy there of
Yeah, there's a
when your
huge
family
gap.
needs it and when you're going to get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. It's a big issue for a lot of families. So, like I said, our company works with a lot of unions. Not
Hmm.
only that, what's great is we are our own union, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And we provide something called a freedom of choice to all of our clients and members.
Mhm.
What this is, it's really important. I want you to take a look at this when you have a chance. First off, it's confidential. There's no monetary value on it. If you have $100,000, your dad doesn't have to go into a funeral home with a piece of paper that says $100,000 on it, because now the funeral home's going, oh, okay, there's $100,000 on this life insurance policy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they would, but maybe they take a look at that a second time. It's completely confidential. There's no numbers on it. What your beneficiary would do, they would take this into the funeral home of their choice. It works everywhere, right?
Okay.
You would choose the processions, what they want to do for a funeral or a cremation, celebration of life, whatever is a valuable thing and like in your family. They fill out the amount for it up here, and then they
Mhm.
sign it. They hand it over to the funeral home. Um, and the important thing is that's the end that your family has to think about money,
Okay.
because it's not a time to think about money if you think about it, right? It's a
Mhm.
time to take care of your siblings, take care of the mom, the dad. It's a time to grieve, celebrate your life. It's time to be there together.
Mhm.
And it's our job because you've taken that burden off your family. You're kind of helping them out from not being here, right?
Yeah.
And it's our job on your behalf to take care of them when you're not here. And we
Mhm.
handle all the financial responsibilities there. And again, more importantly, like I was telling you before, all of our policies, when we get this call from the funeral home, we provide them to the funeral home, and then the money that's left over, we provide that to your family in 1 to 2 days. So only 24 to 48
Wow.
hours,
Okay.
not that 3 to 6 months. Because
Mm.
we work with families that work hard. They earn their money. You've earned every dollar you put into that savings account. I want that value of what you have and what you put in place to be available for your family when they need it most, which is up front. Whether it's a service here, or maybe they have to bring you back to where you're from if that's the plan. Either way, it's not free. It's not free for anyone. But you can't take the burden off of them by taking a look at it and finding something that makes sense for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
I'll go over a couple other things. I don't think you need them right now, but I want to let you know a little bit later down the road about them. Another thing people insure, someday you might want to do this if you ever think about having a family, besides the boyfriend and the hedgehog. If you ever get married, you ever
And
have
the
kids, you know,
7-year
like
plans.
those,
Yeah.
not today. Geez, not today. Maybe today. I don't know. Some people are a little bit more planned out and structured than others, but income is something someday you might want to think about protecting. Because if you do have younger children and God forbid something happens to you or your spouse and you die, it is nice to have that income still in place while they're in their dependent years to help out with things,
Mhm.
right? You ever buy a condo, you ever get a mortgage? Again, that's a pretty massive bill in someone's life that not many couples can handle individually on their own. It usually takes, two of those incomes to work with that.
Yeah.
That's something else you might want to think about helping protect. So, God forbid when you do die, if it is when you're younger, there's something in place to help out with that. So your family doesn't have to uproot and move out of their home or anything like that.
Yeah.
Again, that's not something that I think would be a value to you today. You don't have kids. You have a boyfriend. It's not like you guys are married. Not saying it's not serious. I'm just saying, I'm sure you don't
Yeah.
want to kick back $150,000 to him, you know, at your expense, maybe to your parents, but it doesn't seem something necessary for me, for you to take a look at today. What I would more focus on for you is finding the right value in end of life expenses. And end of life expenses kind of come at you in three different ways. You have, you know, bare minimum. What is it going to cost for a cremation or a burial, or to get me back to where I'm from and do a burial? Some people later on in life develop health issues. I don't know if any health issues arise in your family, but medical bills, as I mean, you're a receptionist at a hospital, I think. So medical bills can pile up for some families, and those do get passed down to their next of kin. So some people take a look at that, and other people, you know, want the funeral covered, the medical bills covered, and they want to leave some money behind for their family guaranteed, even if they die at a later age. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So those would be the three options that I'm going to take a look at with you today. Again, you're 24, you're young. It's not gonna be anything crazy for you. I just want to take a look at those three different things for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to move forward one quick second. I do have to stop sharing this for a second while I find those other options for you. I do need to use something else on my computer. One quick thing I do want to go over, this is called the mandatory read-off letter. Now, what this says is the programs that I'm going to go over with you, the three options, they're voluntary, Teresa. This is not something you have to do, obviously. But when I'm going over them, if they make sense to you, if you do want to take a look at putting an option in place to protect your family, like most of the members I meet do, like Grizel did, that's something we can fill out an application, help you get set up today, right? On the other hand, I just want to have a quick conversation, get some feedback from you, how I can make these programs better for families in the future. Either way, I do need you to have that thought, think about it, take some time, ask me questions, whatever you need to do. But I do need a decision on it today. It is nearly impossible for me to sit down with all the families and all the members again and again after I've already gone over the programs with them. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Again, I'm going to skip through a couple of these things. I've already explained them to you. Again, if you just tell me to shut up, I'll shut up. I kind of talk a lot. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Excuse me. Yeah, let me skip ahead here and just take a look at what it's recommending. Now, you're a full-time employee, correct?
Yes, I am.
All right. So all right, bear with me for a minute or two. I want to write down a couple of different options that I think would make complete sense for you in the situation you're in now. It's going to take about 2 minutes because I like to break it down for people on a weekly budget. That's how I do my budgeting.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure I have the right options for you here. All right. So we have this. What's your plan for dinner tonight? Or you already passed it?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
I don't know yet. I'll figure it out as I go.
No, I mean, you barely eat, so it's either a cracker or maybe some ramen.
Oh, ramen does sound good.
All right, I'm gonna have to send you a nice gift card to what's your favorite place in Brighton that you eat at?
That is a tough question. It depends.
I only ask the tough ones. That's why I'm here.
It really depends on what cuisine, but as I really love Asian cuisine, I really don't know. I think a Korean barbecue place in Alston.
Oh, that is delicious. How old are you? 24?
Yes.
All right, let me come up with these things again. Bear with me. I'm trying to get, a lot of people have these fancy whiteboards on their computer. They do all these magical tricks. I just like my Word. I use Word, and I I show
Nothing
people
wrong
the
with that.
old-fashioned way. So, you know, sometimes simplicity in life is the right thing.
Yes,
At least in my
definitely.
opinion.
Back to the basics too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear you. Okay. So that, let me take a look at this.
Do you mind if I just go check on the hedgehog real quick?
Oh,
She got
absolutely.
a
While
little
I put this
quiet,
together,
so I just hope she's okay.
no, you go take a look on it. It's going to take me about
Okay.
1 more minute.
All
Absolutely.
right, no worries. Okay, she's just running on her wheel.
So she's kind of like a glorified gerbil or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty cool.
A gerbil with spikes.
A gerbil with spikes. Awesome. A gerbil with spikes. That's a fun way to put it. Now, how spiky is she?
Really spiky. It kind of stings a little, but not too much.
Not
Kind
too
of
much?
soft. Yeah, unless you get scared.
Okay. Now, do they come out?
I don't think so. Not like in the movies that it just shoots out. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, that's good, because that would be,
Yeah, I'd be
again,
scared if they did come
scary.
out.
All right. I'm close. I'm close.
No worries. I'm just gonna munch on candy. I am an adult living alone with a child's appetite.
So what does that do for you?
Candy for dinner.
Oh, you're very funny. Perfect. Awesome. So six. All right. And just call it. All right. Cool. All right. I'm going to bring it back to me now. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
So these are the 3 options that make sense to me for you right now. Okay. One option is you're so young, you're 24. You know, a funeral when you're 40 is going to cost about $30,000. When you're 60, it's going to be about 45 to 50. If you live to your 80s or 90s, it's going to cost you 60 to 70,000 for a funeral. Cremations are cheaper than that. They're more affordable, but I don't know what the belief in your family is. So that's what I'm kind of basing it on.
Mm-hmm.
To get you all the coverage you'll ever need when it comes to end of life expenses and helping with medical bills, and to be able to give you a guarantee 6 times throughout your life when you're 25, 28, 31, 34, 37, and 40. No matter if any medical things happen, if you do get COVID, if you become diabetic, if you have seizures, if you have a heart attack, cancer, diabetes, like anything like that, that would generally make you uninsurable,
Mm-hmm.
you're still guaranteed to be able to add up to $150,000 in insurance.
Okay.
And we can't say no. Okay.
Okay.
Those 2 options for you, it's going to look like about $22. And so call it 20, let's just call that 23, about $23 a week out of your budget. Okay. A second option is to get final expenses covered, especially if it's a cremation idea, fully covered for your life. If it's not, this should cover a funeral up until you're like 70, 80 years old. If you live more than that, you might need to chip into a little bit here or there, or give yourself a little bit more later on. But I've given you that guarantee here as well. So you still have that 150 guaranteed in this option as well, plus an extra 50,000 in what's called a term insurance. That's just it's cheaper than our whole life insurance. I say cheaper because it's temporary. It's there to cover kind of very quick things. But you also always have the option of converting this into whole life at any time. Okay.
Okay. So the
Now,
income, what does that include? Like on what, in which situations will that apply to?
in this situation, this would pay out fully if you die of any reason at all. The only
Okay.
difference is I split this up from 100,000 in whole life. So whole life insurance, the money you put into it develops a cash value. It's kind of like a bank account. It builds for you. And at some point, part of it builds at 4.5%, which is higher than banks, to guarantee that cash value. So if you ever want to stop paying, you can have paid up life insurance. So you put money into it. You want to stop paying. We're not going to penalize you for that. We're just going to say, all right, you said you'd pay for this much and you get 100,000. You've decided to only pay for this much. So maybe we give you 60,000 in life insurance and you don't have to pay anymore.
Okay.
And the later you get in life, the higher the cash value, the higher the paid up life insurance would be.
Okay.
Okay. So what I do is just to look at a more modest bill for you right now. If this is the program that makes the more sense, I've cut that guaranteed 100 down forever into 50 guaranteed forever and 50 guaranteed until you're 70 years old. But at any age, you can change that into guaranteed whole life as well.
Okay. I see.
Okay.
I think that's
it's
what my mom had until
Yeah,
like
it does end someday, but you
yeah.
can always turn it into something else. So that you're only looking at about $13.60 a month.
Okay.
I'm sorry, a week. 13.60. I break it down weekly. That's about 13.60 a week, not a month. I didn't want to say that. And option 3, I got rid of that extra one you can put in. So it's the minimal 50,000 you should have in place, but I still give you your guaranteed at different ages. Even if you become uninsurable, you can still add it. Again, these 3 guarantee options, you do have to purchase the life insurance later on, but you guaranteed to qualify. I can't say no to you.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Purchase a life insurance through you guys? Is that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't guarantee someone else will start a life insurance policy with you when you're not in a healthy situation to do so. But I can tell you with us, you're guaranteed you can purchase up to another 150,000 and we can't say no to you even if we want to.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Okay. Is it for myself, or what if I would like to purchase for any dependents in the future? Would that also apply?
It doesn't apply to them. That's for yourself. If you want
Okay.
to purchase for dependents in the future, it has to be based on their health.
Okay. All right.
But again,
Understandable.
if you're talking dependents as in children, the best time to ever purchase life insurance for children is when they're 15 days old. It's the youngest they'll ever be. It's the most affordable it'll ever be. And hopefully, if everything's healthy at 15 days, it's the healthiest they should be. I mean, they'll get healthier, but if you don't have any health issues yet, it is the most affordable time to put it on a dependent. And that's a great question. I like how you're thinking ahead, because most parents that do have life insurance, they do get their kids set up because you're 24. Again, this is $9.80 a week, $13.60 a week, or only $23 a week. But if you're 15 days old, this would be like $1 a week, $4 a week, and $9 a week forever. But that's okay. I'd rather you do it now than 10 years from now when this is 15, that's 30, and we're looking at 60 over here a week, right? How much do you make an hour?
About 18 and a half.
Okay, so half an hour's worth of work for your whole week. I'm not great at math. Maybe 45 minutes of work a whole week, and an hour and 15 minutes out of your work week to get the majority of the insurance you'll ever need, and to be guaranteed adding more onto that. Okay. Does all of this make sense to you? I understand that you get it, and you see a need for it because you've been talking to me about it. But do these 3 different options make sense to you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Awesome. So, being that it makes sense, the only question is which one of these options, which one of these programs that are yours, does it make the most sense to lock in tonight? based on your current health and your age?
I think would be option 3.
Option 3 right now?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. That's good. That's what it looks like. So option 3 looks like this. I kind of thought that's what you were gonna say. So I had it right here. So that 9.8, you're looking at about $39.42 a month. So less than 10 bucks a week. But there's a couple more things I want to tell you that are really important about this option. It comes with a layoff waiver, right? If you get laid off, our company will actually take care of that premium for you for 3 months while I transition you to come to work for me. You don't have to work. We'll pay you for 3 months of you not working while you look for new employment.
Is that like to be paid later, or that's just paid off?
No. So if you get laid off, I'll give you a folder. I'll send it right to you, or I'll bring it to you. In your folder, you're going to have a layoff waiver. If you get laid off, fill it out, call, send it in. And, you know, if it takes a couple weeks, we might have to reimburse you the first month. But we will pay for 3 months of that. And you don't have to pay it back.
Okay.
It also comes with a strike waiver. Now, are you in a... Uh-oh.
Oh. The candy choked me. Okay. Sorry, what was that?
Terrible eating habit. Throwing candy at your face. Are you in a union at all?
No.
No. Okay. If you ever do join a union, you also have the right, if that union goes on strike, we'll pay your premium for up to 12 months of that strike. Okay. And the most important option, I think that's part of this, is called the waiver of premium. Now, what your waiver of premium does is, if you become injured and disabled in any way and can no longer work, we actually do you a real good service. And that service is, we'll take control and we'll start paying for your premium for the length of your disability. Okay. Now, you do have to keep up with it for the first 6 months. That's to protect us from people being fraudulent, you know, faking in here or there. When you're disabled at 6 months, we back pay all 6 months of pay. We'll give them all back to you. And we continue to pay for it for the length that your disability doesn't allow you to do your job. So if you're disabled for 10 months, we cover for 10 months. If you're in a bad accident, you're disabled for like 2 or 3 years, going through rehabilitation, we cover it for 2 to 3 years. You're in a terrible accident, God forbid, and you can no longer work due to that disability for the rest of your life, our company will actually take on that premium, and we'll pay for it for you for the rest of your life. You don't have to pay it back. Okay.
Okay.
And the last thing is, it comes with a terminal illness rider, which means, God forbid, here in Massachusetts, if you're deemed to have a terminal illness and given less than 2 years to live, you can take half of this policy out. So you can take $25,000 out while you're alive to help do whatever you want with.
Okay.
Vacation with your family, bucket list, help pay for medical bills, buy a real meal. I don't know, whatever you want to do, whatever you need that money for, you know, you can have it up front for you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, I can't give you life insurance. It's not that easy. I wish it was. Something you have to qualify for. The underwriting process takes about 6 to 8 weeks. But what I can definitely help you out with right now is I'll help you fill out an application and make sure we can get you qualified. Okay.
Okay.
So what I do need you to do, are you on any medications at all?
I am.
Awesome. Grab your medication, grab your license, grab like a voided check, whatever you need. Take a minute, and I'll get the paperwork started for you. Okay.
Okay. What is the check for?
No, it's just for the premium. I don't need the check. It's just to set it up to your bank account.
Oh, okay. Okay. No.
Most people don't have their account numbers off the top of their head.
I have it on my phone, so.
Oh, don't grab a check. Grab your phone, but do grab that prescription you're on. Okay.
Yes. Yes, I will.
Do you have a license?
I do not have a driver's license yet.
You have a state ID?
I have a state ID. Yes.
Grab your state ID, and I'll get this started for you. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Perfect. I'll give you a minute.